Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 5th, I think. I don't know, I already forgot, right? But what else is new? We're going to see what's going on for you. In your current general energies, you have this co-create card. It is a card of co-creation. You have this Ten of Wands, which literally says you cannot do everything on your own. You have the Three of Cups, which is a card of teamwork, and you have the Knight of Swords as well in this first row. So clearly, as I've been saying all year, teamwork makes the dream work. With that Pluto and Aquarius energy, I would be doing whatever you can to, at least do something that involves other people. Just because, again, that's what the energy is going to be rewarding, is co-creation, or entering into, making sure that you're entering into co-creative experiences is another great way to do this. I always like to tell people, it's like if you have special information that you want to share with the world and you put out a YouTube video that even if just one person watches it, you are co-creating by doing that. If you are an artist and you're putting art into the world, you are co-creating. So, it doesn't have to literally be working together with other people. But again, I would recommend it because it will just make your life easier. It'll allow you to become more successful and, all that other good stuff. So you have the Ten of Wands, which tells me there are too many burdens on your shoulders, or you're dealing with too much. So, I feel like you're just dealing with too much just in general, or you're carrying too many burdens and you need other people to help you. So I feel like a lot of you, it's like you need other people to help you do things, or you should get other people to help you do things here, is what I feel. With the Three of Cups, of course, is a celebration and happiness. So I do feel like there are going to be a lot of reasons for you to celebrate moving forward. I also feel like for a lot of you that, again, this is talking about teamwork. Three of Cups is a card of your community, and I feel a lot of you could be getting help from your community or from people around you, and I would definitely, recommend that you get the help from people and don't run away from it with the Knight of Swords. Like, trust me, I always get tons of comments from people that tell me how horrible people are and how they will never work with anyone whenever I do these videos that are all about co-creation. And every single time, I always leave a comment on those people's comments telling them to go get therapy, because it's like, no, I work with so many people, it's crazy. It would make your head spin, right? Just my team that's built up around me so I can run the businesses I do. And so, no, it's not true. You just have to learn how to do it. You just haven't learned what to look out for. And again, if you've been that traumatized, I feel for you, but go get help, because, again, we are social creatures. We're meant to be social. We are meant to work with each other. And again, it will only benefit you. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you're so strong and independent, good for you, be alone, and all that other BS, because that's exactly what it is. It's BS, and, I don't know. There's probably a conspiracy theory in there for you somewhere, but I don't know. Let's see where this is going here, Leo. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. There you go. Like, literally handing some burdens to another person or getting the right people on your team, or, having people who can help you would be an amazing idea. It's like I just said in another video, it's like literally, my brother lives with me, and without my brother is my manager. He basically just makes sure that I get my ass up in the morning and get moving and do the things I'm supposed to do. Because if not, I'm like, I have shiny ball syndrome. I'm supposed to be doing work and I get distracted by a squirrel outside. So, it's like without him, that's like his job, right? If I didn't have him, I wouldn't get anything done. I also have my assistant. Without her, there would be no social media. There would be, so many things, right? So it's like the list goes on and on, right? But it made my life so much easier when I started hiring people and I learned to do it. So if you have a business, I would do it. Even if you don't have a business, it's like, are there burdens? Are there things that you are taking on that are not your burdens? It's like, are there things you're doing, or are you taking on responsibilities that aren't yours? With the Three of Cups, you have the Hermit. Definitely time for you to get out in public as well. If you are finding yourself feeling dull, unmotivated, and all those other things, maybe you need to socialize or get a hobby or do things with friends. That's kind of like the feeling I get here. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Tower. It did come up in reverse, which is interesting. I don't read reversals. I read intuitively, but the Tower can it's another one of those weeks, by the way, where everyone's had the Tower. The other thing I will tell you is that this right here, to me, is the most powerful combination in the tarot. Tower with the Judgment card. They're not showing up next to each other, but they are in the same diagonal here. And so, Both of these cards to me can represent a major wake up call, a major revelation, like when those two come up together, and they are coming up with the Hangman in between them. The Hangman has gained some answers. He's gained alignment. He's gained, his head is glowing. So enlightenment is the word that I was looking for there. And it's like you've been enlightened to something, or maybe you are being enlightened to a change you need to make here. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is your own. I was getting something about this. Where I was saying something on the Hermit or the Ten of Wands. I don't remember. It'll come back to me. But again, I was getting something very similar to that. You have this card that says life isn't a sprint. It's a long race, and you're not in it just to win. I feel like you are winning, though. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, which is, amazing. That, of course, could be love and marriage, but it doesn't have to be. That can be freedom. The Four of Wands is the card of freedom in the tarot and being set free. So for a lot of you, you could be being set free from something that's been holding you back for a very long period of time, or you could be doing something that is, improving your life in some way. So I see some like major improvements kind of going on here, and I really think that it's obviously a good thing. I see a lot of success coming in for you in the near future. It's going to take some time. Like I see you, it's almost like, I don't care, even if you're 20 years old, right? It's like, I see you, it's almost like I have the word retirement planning or something like that popping into my head. I don't necessarily think that's the right word, right, to use, but it's almost like you're creating a much, much better plan for yourself moving forward. And I feel like you're really setting yourself up to make your life like a little bit easier. Maybe you're like budgeting, or maybe you're doing things like living a little bit below your means or something like that. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that just in general, right? I like to be fancy, but what I would say is there's that book, Millionaire Fastlane. I get the premise of the book, which, that book is famous for skipping Starbucks, right? That was the book where in that book they say if you skip that $6 latte every single day and you put that in a savings account, by the time you hit 60 or 65, you'll have $1 million in the bank account or something like that. I don't know what the exact math on it is. It doesn't matter. But the whole point is what they don't tell you in that book is that you work your ass off. You don't have that $6 latte every single day. You hit 60, you have $1 million, and then you walk outside, slip on the ice, crack your head open, and you're dead. So it's like, to me, it's like I'd rather live life to the fullest right now and not wait till I'm 60, right? I've heard too many stories. I saw a person get hit by a car and killed when I was younger, and totally changed my life because I was like, you know what? It's like you could save all this money, do all this stuff, and then get hit by a bus tomorrow. So, that's my motto. And I understand the premise, but I think there's some middle ground here, Leo, is what I'm getting at, where maybe you could save some money, live a little bit below your means, make your life a little bit easier, but also not wait until you're 60, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Four of Wands. So I kind of feel there's something that has a lot of potential coming in for you. If you want love, by the way, there's definitely new love coming in for you. Probably a person you'll marry very quickly is what I would say. I don't know why I feel this way, but going this direction here, see, it's like this way, a new person, right? Page of Pentacles, new person, probably someone older than you, someone who's very mature, who has a lot of wisdom. But going this way, I get this feeling of you being like swept up by a person. It's like I rarely ever say this. It feels like a whirlwind romance to me, but I don't know. I feel like it looks really, really good. This could be something that really changes the direction of your life as well, as what I'm getting. You have the Hangman here. You've become enlightened to something. You are seeing something. I almost feel like you're, you have the Tower there, which can be a card of seeing reality. The reason the Tower is falling is because the people inside the Tower have been ignoring reality. I almost feel like it's not even like the truth of a situation. I feel like you're just seeing the reality of your situation in life. And it could be like a little bit of a wake-up call for you, but I feel like it leads to really important changes that you're making. I'm getting the word important as well, but it's like you're more focused on what's important. Ten of Wands can be a card of wasting your time. It can be a card of carrying burdens that just aren't yours, which is a waste of time. So that word important to me is saying that you're focusing on the things that are actually important, and maybe that's what you're waking up to here. And I feel like that could be setting you free. Four of Wands, a card of freedom. It could just be making your life a little bit easier. Again, I don't think life is going to be easy between now and like 2033. I think there's a lot of, specifically between now and 2027, a lot of chaos. By the time we get 2027 to 2033, things start to go down, but in a good way. I mean, like less chaos, but still kind of crazy between that time. So anything you can do to simplify, to remove burdens from your life, obviously, to especially the ones that you can take control of, it's just going to make the rest of your life easier because you're removing burdens, right? It's like when you think about it, most people have a bill. What do? They put it on the shelf, forget about it, and they hide it. So they're just building bigger and bigger problems. I kind of feel like this row is saying, like, are there any little things that you could take care of right now just so you don't even have to worry about them in the future? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, but it's something I would look into. Definitely could be love. Could be a Pisces or an Earth sign or a Scorpio is standing out to me here. It could also be an Earth sign as well. You have basically everything here. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. It's like you're right there on that Ace of Pentacles as well, but then you don't grab that pentacle is kind of like what I'm getting here. I'm telling you right now, I feel like if you have an idea to do something new, especially work, business, career, or in your finances, like even if you're retired, you could still be wanting to make a change in your finances, right? And so what I would say here is I feel like you need to go for it. It's like I see you thinking about something. It's like the pentacle is right here. I could just grab it and pull it down to earth if I were you, but it's like you're not doing it. So I feel like this is saying stop hesitating on some sort of financial idea. With the Hangman, you have the King of Cups. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think everybody right now is going to be more attracted to a King of Cups type person. Doesn't have to be a water sign. It definitely could be, but King of Cups, he's normally sitting in the middle of the ocean. I think at different times in history, if you just look at it, based off of what is going on in the world, we are probably more attracted to a certain type of person, and it's not always true. I'm making a very big generalization here. Yes, of course. But I am broadcasting, which means I am talking to like a billion people. So bear with me, Leo. But what I'm saying is generally, during these times, I think we're attracted to a certain type of person. The reason I think everybody could be attracted to a King of Cups type person, again, does not matter what gender you're attracted to, is because he's sitting in chaos. He's sitting in these choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine. So in a time of chaos, it kind of makes sense to me that most people would be attracted to someone who isn't crying, worrying, curled up in the fetal position, worrying about every little thing that goes on. That type of person is probably going to be more attractive. Just, again, makes sense to me. Here you go. With the Four of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles. Now you have almost every king. We're just missing the King of Wands. But what I'd say here is that, again, if you're attracting a person, this is someone who wants something permanent. Again, I also think that this is something that is going to be, very, very attractive at this time. And again, this is, someone who's stable, secure, who has their shit together, basically, for lack of a better term, right? So that's kind of like what I see here is that there could be a person who really has it together. And again, it could be water, earth, air, basically you have everything here. So take it how it resonates. And again, any gender, whatever you're attracted to, doesn't matter. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this gossip card. I've been warning you about a person for like weeks now. I don't know. I would be careful. If you have any new people in your circle or whatever, I would be careful of these people or persons, whatever, take it how it resonates. It says people are talking about you and what you are doing. Number one, we had Mars retrograde in Gemini. Even though Mars isn't in Gemini anymore, I don't care. I would be careful for the rest of the year, just based off the readings that I've done. Again, I always tell people it's like astrology isn't like a hard start or hard stop. The energy flows. It's like a planet moves and it's dragging the energy behind it into the next sign. So, you know what I mean? It's like, it could just be one of those years where we're dealing with gossip because everybody gets something like this. But for you, it's a little bit different. I would be careful of this. And again, to me, the best thing you can do with gossip is, number one, ignore it. Don't pay attention to it. Number two, cut the person out if you can, or just ignore it. Plain and simple. You have this fleeting card. It says you're in a transition phase of your career. If you keep faking it or winging it, you will end up going nowhere fast. I don't really feel like you're faking it. I feel like you need to make something more solid. It's almost like, didn't I say this to you in your last reading? I'm pretty sure. It's almost like I see you adding structure to your business or your career if you have one. Or again, if you're retired, you could just be adding like a new structure. That's a word I keep getting, to your finances. And again, I think this is an amazing idea. It shows up in all your readings, and I think it's something that'll greatly increase your earnings or your savings or, whatever the case may be. You have the Judgment card, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like over the next 6 months, you could be waking up to this person, by the way. You could be all of a sudden realizing that a person in your energy field is toxic or, is having problems or whatever the case may be. And again, there's nothing, I don't think this is good or bad. I just think that it's one of those lessons that you've learned. And, even though I'm telling you about it, you might not know who it is. It might take you a while to figure it out. So just keep your, don't be paranoid. Don't, treat people differently, but I would just, pay attention. I also feel like you're waking up to something new here because you have the Page of Pentacles and you have the Knight of Pentacles, which says you need to get your ass moving because he's the only knight that represents no movement. So whatever new opportunity, Ace of Pentacles as well in your last row in the same diagonal, it's like this right here. I'll just show you. going this way. To the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords tells me that you have everything you need. The King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom. So it really says that you have everything you need to know to make something very successful, but I feel like you have to get moving. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of hard work and progress, right? So I feel like you could make progress, but he's also not moving. So I feel like it's time to put in the work. Like maybe if you're building this new structure in your finances, I would get moving. He just needs to plant seeds in that field behind him, and they will grow. He has oak leaves on his helmet, and those oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. You have the King of Swords, knowledge and wisdom. It's like you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need. There's nothing more you can learn, is what I'm getting to get started. With the Judgment card, Seven of Swords, again, I don't like doing these readings. Like, I've just noticed an uptick in, like, new readers that are reading about crazy shit. It makes me a little bit nervous, by the way, number one. I'm just going to tell you, because when this starts to happen, I've seen it happen before. This is where YouTube is going to ban tarot, by the way, because, like, all these people that are putting, I don't care what anyone does. Like, and for the record, I don't think YouTube should be able to ban anyone, period, no matter what they say. So, I'll say that, but again, some of these readings, I want to say I'm not trying to be as dramatic as some of these readings that are like, oh, your ex got arrested and killed somebody. Like, these titles are absolutely insane. Am I wrong? I've seen some crazy shit now. But what I would say here is, again, I would be careful of this person. And again, I don't think we should be paranoid like those readings make people, because I've seen the comments on them and all that other stuff. But I would just be aware. I would just pay attention if you feel like someone is being tricky in your energy. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. I'm telling you right now, this is whirlwind romance. This is a person you will marry if you're meeting a new person in love or a very deep connection. Could be a water sign for sure. I feel like this person has a deep connection. The reason I say water as well is because it's striking me that it's a person. There's something different about this person. Like, it's a person that you wouldn't normally go for, or it's like, maybe most water signs can't handle a fire sign, but it's like this one can. It's like there's something different about this energy. And I was just gonna say it doesn't have to be a water sign. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor, could be a water sign. And also, I think someone needs to take action here. So this could be like a person you work with or that's in a friend group, and maybe you're interested in them, but it's like someone needs to make a move here. So again, if you're interested in like a friend or someone you work with, like, don't be afraid to shoot your shot. Do what you got to do here. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says husband, marriage. You also have this other card that says heart, love, new love. So, take it how it resonates. You could be the husband, you could be the wife, doesn't matter. But I feel clearly there's like a victory in love coming in for you here. You have the Six of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords, or King of Swords. I keep saying Knight of Swords on that King of Swords for some reason. But what I would say is Six of Wands is a victory. And I'm also getting, by the way, that even if you don't want to get married, this could be like just a contract or something that you're putting together, something that you're signing. And I feel like if you're signing a contract or putting together a contract, there's going to be a lot of success in that contract. Like, this could be for work or business or something like that. And, I feel like there's going to be a lot of success there. I also feel like you're being seen as very successful. And by the way, if you're worried about this toxic person that's been showing up for the past couple weeks, that Six of Wands is telling me you will conquer this situation. You have the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. I'm also hearing that someone, here's the thing about the Two of Pentacles, is it's hard work. And I feel if you have like a new person in your friend group or something that you don't trust or that you're not going to trust in the future, whatever the case may be, I feel like it's hard for a person to maintain a mask. You know what I mean? And like, even these narcissists and stuff out there, it's like they can't maintain it forever. They eventually slip up. So, if this is a sneaky person, and again, I want to stress that I don't want to scare anyone. I don't think we should live life scared or worried about people, because then it just attracts it to us, right? But I do think we should have an awareness. We should just pay attention and make sure, if something seems off, pay attention to it and trust the evidence, as I always say. But again, I think that it's hard work for this person to keep it up. So you might see something, kind of being exposed here. You have the King of Swords. Trust your knowledge and wisdom. Trust the things that you have learned. I also feel like you could be attracting like a very wise person into your life here, Leo. So I love it. Let's see. With the Six of Wands, you have the Five of Cups here. It's like some sort of regret or disappointment. I wouldn't regret or disappoint anything. I also have like a good message popping in here. I feel like you're simplifying something here. It's like one of those things where, he's going from those 3 cups to the 2 cups behind him. It is a card of gratitude, but I see you kind of like simplifying something, or kind of like making things more simple. It's kind of funny because it's like the more complex I make my business, the more I want to simplify them. And the more I do simplify them, it's like even this business, it's like I have this, although I don't consider this channel a business, but I have this crazy setup here, right, for this business. And I'm using it for a podcast as well, so it kind of makes sense for me to have it. But what I would say is, it's like the more I like have to deal with this, the more I'm like, I'm going back to one camera. the more I'm like, I'm gonna simplify things and not make things as complicated, and keep it simple, stupid, as they say. But I kind of feel that there's a need to simplify. With the 2 of Pentacles, you have the 3 of Pentacles. Yep, teamwork makes the dream work. Also, a card of following a plan. It's funny, I was talking about like coming up with a retirement plan, but I'm not so sure that's what it is. I think that's just the words that I was getting in my head. I think it's more, like a financial plan that you're coming up with. I feel like it's good. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel like it's a good thing. With the King of Swords, you have the 6 of Wands. Yes, the 6 of Wands twice. Definitely a victory coming in for you here, Leo. So love it. We're going to pull 5 main themes for you here. So let's see. You have this tent. It says temporary situation. I don't know. I like, based off the astrology, I think everybody could be in these situations. It's like, I've moved. How many times have I moved? I'm sure you've all been keeping count, because I've moved like 5 times in a row, right? Every single year I've moved for like 4 or 5 years, I think. I can't remember now at this point. It's all a blur, right? Because of COVID. I moved 3 times during COVID, at least. Right? So I don't know. I think this is the astrology. Like, a lot of people are moving. I'm going to be moving next year as well. So, it's like, I just think it's a sign of the times. People could really be moving around. You have this August card. These monthly cards, I always clarify. It says, shark. Take care, or there will be loss of material wealth. I think this could be a shark, as in a person, and you could be becoming aware of what's going on here in August. You have this Spirit says heartache over what you no longer have. Life is changing. That like nostalgia feeling. Sometimes we get older, and I think we think back to when we were younger, or things we wish we could experience again. And so that's like more the feeling I get here. It's more like nostalgia or something like that. So I just think it's something you're processing. You have this Jug. It says lighthearted, carefree time. I feel like you need more fun, especially if you're just working all the time. You have the Skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. So, I don't think you have secrets. I feel like it's a person. I would just, like, again, don't be paranoid. I want to stress. I think it's super important that we are not paranoid in life, number one, because that just creates so many other issues. But what I would say is, like, I would pay attention, and just at this time right now, I would just be careful who you tell what to, who you share secrets with. You just don't want these things coming back to bite you, right? So until you really trust someone, especially if you're meeting new people or a new person, I would just like give it some time to develop and really see, like, really. I am encouraging you to judge people right now, Leo, is what I'm going to say. Like, and I don't mean like in a harsh way. I mean judging their character and really giving someone some time to prove their character to you. And again, I'm trying to be careful with my words here, because again, I don't think we should be paranoid. I don't think we should test people or anything like that. I think if we're in alignment, then we can just avoid these people altogether, right? And I'm not saying that you're not in alignment. I'm just saying there could be a person who's in alignment with their negative self, and because of that, it's like maybe you don't see it or whatever. So I would just pay attention. I've been saying this for weeks again, and I don't think it's something you need to be scared of. I just think it's something you need to be aware of. So thank you for being here. Everything else looks amazing. If you're attracting new love, looks freaking amazing as well. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.